Yeah.
Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Taylor Sanders Field here on the campus of Southwestern University for the final regular season series of the season. As the Pirates host the visiting Roos of Austin College, both teams have booked their spot in the SCAC tournament. The Roos for the first time since 2015, but both trying to hold on, if not move up. Southwestern currently 4th in the SCAC softball standings. Austin College currently 6th. Glad to have you with us alongside TJ Vella. I'm Kit Meconico. And TJ, right now, that is what it's about for Southwestern, holding on to that spot in 4th. As you look ahead, Trinity, St. Thomas, TLU, 1, 2, and 3 right now. Centenary, the lone team that separates the Roos from the Pirates.
No, you're completely right there, kid. It's a very close race heading to the end of this conference season, this being the final weekend of conference play. And the girls know what it's all about right here. They know what's at stake. And it all starts now with this game right here, the first of 3. And we've got no one better on the mound than Sofia Duarte.
Duarte gets the start for the Pirates. The freshman righty out of San Antonio Madison High School on the year, 18 appearances. 88 innings pitched, has given up 103 hits, 53 runs, 42 earned. Has struck out 40, walked 22. An ERA of 3.34 for the Alamo City native. 80 degrees and breezy here at Taylor Sanders Field. 17 miles an hour with gusts up to 30 coming out of the southeast as they go across the diamond out to left field. Opening pitch, called a strike into Lizzie Preston, the Roos shortstop. Preston leading things off for the visitors, the senior and a Prairie Land, and would have foul it off quickly down in the count, 0-2. Defensively, Duarte into the circle. Sam Sines is her catcher. Brooke Yonta at third. Riley Glenn Millhouse at short. Daniela Clark is at second. Megan McCarthy, the first baseman for the Pirates. The outfield, Emily Nevadez in left. Jody Glenn Millhouse in center. And Caden Scarza in right for Southwestern. Pirates led by third-year head coach Alexis Lynn, assisted by Murphy Williams. Visitors led by Brandon Johnson in his second season in charge there in Sherman. Al Hoggett is his assistant. Inclement weather due tomorrow, so this game originally scheduled for Friday. We've moved it up to today. The 2 Saturday games remain at 1 and 3 as this is hit softly over to third. Yonta Fields and fires in time for the first out.
Close play over there at first. Preston's speed made that a lot closer than what we thought it could be, but good arm over there by Yonta, scooping that weak grounder up and throwing it over to McCarthy for the first out.
Yonta able to collect the first out as Tori Fowler comes to the plate with 1 away. Fowler, the sophomore out of Red Oak. A switch hitter takes the first pitch for a strike. Batting from the left side is number 9. Fowler on the season, a .357 average. That is 4th on this Roos roster. And quickly down 0-2.
And right now, Sophia doing a good job mixing up her pitches. Started Fowler off with the fastball outside, came back in with a changeup inside. Up quickly here, 0-2.
Duarte. Outside, Fowler not chasing. The visitors, 18 and 17 overall. They are 7 and 11 in conference play. Coming in off a victory over Shriner 4-1 as they took 2 of 3 from the Mountaineers. And this is going to go over Clark, shallow right, and it's going to be a 1-out single for Fowler.
And that's just a good job by Fowler there, recognizing the changeup out of the hands of Duarte and just keeping the bat in the zone long enough to lift that one over the glove of the second baseman, Clark, and now runner on first, 1 out.
It brings the second baseman, Kiersey Himby, to the plate. Himby, the junior, the righty out of Bonham. Ball 1, and you can immediately see Fowler trying to make a nuisance of herself on the base pass. Himby leads this team with a .412 average, slugging .691. As 33 runs batted in and lifts this one high into left, and that's going to drop. Nevada's coming in, couldn't make the diving play from left, but out at first is Fowler.
And that was a great job by Jody, running over there, backing up the left fielder, Nevada's, and then seeing the ball on the ground, throwing it to second, getting the leadoff runner for out number 2.
So 2 away, Himby safe at first. And the cleanup batter, Kerry Johnson, comes to the plate for the first time. Johnson, the senior from Sherman out of Collinsville. The righty trying to get something going with 2 outs and 1 aboard. Watches it inside, 2-0 count.
Going back to something you said earlier, Kit, the wind gusting out towards left field hasn't been like this at Taylor Sanders Field in a few months now, it seems like. So with the outfield, we just saw what could happen there with high hit fly balls like that. It can give the outfielders trouble.
Call the strike. Roos fans not happy. Thought that was outside. It's 2-1. Pirates coming in off a 2-game winning streak. Took first 2 games at Dallas. The third in that series canceled. The Pirates back at home for the final time in the regular season as that one came off the foot of Johnson. She tries to shake it off.
I think we all know what would have happened in Game 3, though, Kid. There's a reason they canceled that one.
7-1, 5-1 the finals in the first 2 games against the Crusaders.
That's a sure thing right there in the betting world.
So instead, the Pirates back here at home where they are 6-13 on the year. Johnson trying to walk it off. But again, the importance of this series, TJ, and it cannot be overstated when you're looking what comes up next week, and it begins on Friday, the SCAC tournament. Southwestern cannot afford to have any miscues between now and then.
You can't really, because when we talk about seeding and how important this game is, we were talking about it before the game started. Southwestern right now in the 4th spot. And whoever comes out on top in this series, they're going to have a better spot in the tournament and a better route to get to that championship game on Sunday.
Johnson back in, 2-2, over to Yanta at third. Across the diamond, 5-3 to end the inning. So the visitors, no runs on 2 hits, 1 left aboard. Southwestern coming to bat for the first time, scoreless in the bottom of the first.
We knew that.
Leading off for your Pirates center fielder, number 3, Jody Glenn Millhouse.
Pirates coming to bat for the first time, scoreless in the bottom of the first. Jody Glenn Millhouse leading things off for Southwestern is the junior out of Canyon Lake High School. Jody takes the first pitch high and collected by Tobar, the catcher, in foul territory for the first out.
And we know Jody's very aggressive, and right there just pops it right back into the glove of the catcher for 1 pitch, 1 out. Good start there for Swakowski.
So it'll bring McCarthy to the plate. Pirates first baseman. McCarthy, a .317 average, 4th on the team, is the Indiana native. Watches the initial offering outside from Swakowski. Swakowski, the junior out of Illinois. 78 in the 3rd inning pitch, giving up 118 hits, 73 runs, 52 earned, struck out 13, walked 33, has a 4.65 ERA, does the junior righty. McCarthy chases it low, 1-2.
So it's an Illinois battle here, isn't it, Kit? With McCarthy up.
Illinois, Indiana. Close enough.
Oh,
Close enough.
I was never a geography social studies major.
The land of Lincoln versus the Hoosier State. This will find itself foul.
That's because I was just in Illinois. We were talking about that too.
You
before
were.
the game.
You're Wrigley Field. Maybe the pride and joy of that state. Depend on who you're talking to. If you're a Southsider,
If you're
not
a
the
Southsider,
case.
no, definitely not.
No.
There was a lot of imposter Cubs fans, I will say, in Wrigley. A lot of people saying, "Oh, I'm a Reds fan. I'm a Cardinals fan." I was like, "This doesn't sound like you're a real fan of anything here."
You're not going to find that at Comiskey. I can tell you that much. McCarthy takes the 1-2 high into deep center. Johnson gives chase, and it's gone. The solo shot from Megan McCarthy, and the Pirates lead 1-0.
Megan McCarthy.
We talked about at the start, Kit, the wind blowing out towards the outfield. It's going to benefit power hitters like McCarthy, and we saw what can happen there. She gets right underneath it, gets enough under it. Vaya con Dios softball, and the Pirates lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the first.
McCarthy with her second home run of the season, 19th run batted in. And the Pirates strike first. 1-0. Bases cleared. 1 out for Riley Glenn Millhouse. Pirates shortstop comes to the plate, does the sophomore. The younger of the two Glenn Millhouse sisters. Riley, third on the team with a .338 average, right behind her sister.
But hasn't really found herself here at the top of the lineup so far this season, Kid. It's been mainly at the bottom in the 8-hole. I mean, with the efficiency that she has, it's a big reason why. I think we're seeing her here in the 3 spot.
Yeah, right you are. A .365 on base percentage. Slikowski comes with the 2-0. Big swing and a miss for strike one. The defensive lineup. Tobar is the catcher. Infield from third to first. A rush on the hot corner. Preston at short. Hembry at second. And King is the first baseman for the visitors. Get you the outfield for the Roos after the pitch. 2-1 drilled into center, and that is going to drop for a base hit right in front of Johnson. The 1-out single from Glenn Millhouse. So Tori Fowler is the left fielder. Carrie Johnson, who just introduced herself, is in center. Alexis Johnson in right for the Roos.
Number 20, Sofia Duarte.
It brings up the Pirates pitcher. Sofia Duarte did her job in the circle in the top half of the inning. What can she do in her first appearance at the plate? Quick 1-0 count to Sophia. .231 average for the freshman out of the Alamo City. 2-0.
And Sophia's someone who's really caught fire as of late, Kid. Started the season off, had some freshman year struggles, but both in the pitcher circle and in the batter's box, it's really developed into a great player so far for the Pirates this year.
Trying to aid her cause and move Riley into scoring position. That's called for strike one. Just found the corner.
And it's the same thing we saw previously with Millhouse. 2-0 count. Swakowski throws a changeup. She came back with another changeup against Millhouse. That was it for a single. We'll see what she does here.
Swakowski tries to get her to chase outside. Does not. Now 3 balls and 1 strike to count to Duarte.
And now with the hitter's count here, Sophia's looking for anything middle and inside. That's where she likes it, so she can pull the ball into that left center field gap.
Sophia over to short, fielded by Preston, the lead runner. Unable to get the double play. Sophia is safe at first. Now 2 away.
But you see what I'm saying right there? She's looking inside. A good slider off the outside gets her to roll over, and a weak ground to the left gets the force out at 2.
Catcher number 12, Sam Sines.
With the Pirates pitcher at first. Pirates catcher now to the plate is Sam Sines, the junior righty out of Ed Cal Chelsea. Trying to keep the inning alive. Fouls off the initial offering. Quick 0-1. 286 average for Sines. 6 runs batted in on the season. Has drawn 2 walks. Struck out 3 times. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pirates have been able to use the wind to their advantage. The solo shot from McCarthy. You and I talked about it before this game. That, unfortunately, oftentimes has been a detriment in the wind that has been going out like it is today for the Pirates, but this time they're able to take full advantage.
And it's really been surprising why it has been so detrimental, because we're such a pool ball heavy team.
And this will go and drops into shallow center, finds the Bermuda Triangle. A 2-out single for Signs.
Like I was saying, we're such a pool ball heavy team. We see it there with Signs. She pulls the ball, gets underneath it, and it's able to drop a Texas leaguer in there. But it's been just so surprising that we're not able to take advantage of the wind all the time compared to our opponents.
You're very good. You're right about that one, particularly at home. As Yanta steps to the plate, 2 away, 2 aboard. Takes the initial offering for a strike. Does the senior righty out of Goliad.
I'm expecting a big weekend out of Yanta, kids. Senior weekend, her last weekend here at Taylor Sanders Field. Might as well go off on a high note.
260 average. She drills this one into left center all the way to the wall. Pirates are going to bring one in. They are waving. No, they will hold Signs. And it's a stand-up RBI double for Yanta as the Pirates extend the lead to 2-0.
Did you miss the voodoo kit? Did you miss it?
I just wish you did lottery numbers, my friend. If you did that, whew.
Second baseman number 2, Daniela Clark.
That fellow voodoo is real. That much I've learned this season. I do not doubt it. I was a skeptic at first, but it didn't take very long for me to realize it is definitely the case. Daniela Clark at the plate with 2 in scoring position and 2 away. Pirates leading by as many here in the bottom of the first. Clark, another talented freshman from the Alamo City out of St. Anthony Catholic. And she's going to send this to the same spot into center. Pirates waving Yanta in, and she will score a 2 RBI single for Clark. And it's 4-0 Southwestern.
And that's the thing, kid. With a pool ball heavy team like Southwestern, you cannot miss inside or over the middle of the plate. And right now, Swakowski is doing exactly that. Not hitting her spots, throwing it over the heart of the plate. And right now, the 5, 6, 7 holes are taking advantage of that and driving in runs here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, the Roos have the reigning SCAC pitcher of the week in Alexis Johnson, who had a stellar performance, 2-0 against Schreiner, and gave up just 1 earned run in 12 innings of work. They're hoping to save her until Saturday, as you would imagine, but we will see how long the leash is, I should say, on Swakowski. Already given up 5 hits and 4 runs here in the first.
And one thing just to note, I've been very impressed with the pitch selection of the Pirates. We knew they were aggressive. We knew they liked to go after a lot of first pitches, but usually more often than not, they're swinging at bad pitches. Here in the bottom of the first, they're finding their pitch and drilling it, not missing those opportunities.
Pirates right fielder Cadence Garza at the plate with a 1-1 count is the sophomore out of San Antonio Brennan. Great opportunity here for Garza, batting just 162 on the season. Give her some confidence going into the conference tournament. Pirates have done the majority of this damage with 2 outs. We've spoken at it at length this season. That has been an issue for them. They've given up runs with 2 outs. Haven't scored as many when they've been at the plate with 2 outs, but this is a great sign.
No, it really is. And another great sign is we're able to get hits with runners on base. That's been another thing that's been a big issue with us, is that not just the 2-out hitting, but just getting hits with runners on base. I can't tell you how many times we've had bases loaded, 2 runners on with no outs, 1 out, and we're not able to get those runs in.
3 of the 4 runs the Pirates have plated here in the inning have come with 2 outs. And you said it, the number of runners left on base staggering this season for Southwestern. And if you're going to make a run in the tournament, that is not something you can afford to do. Garza drills this one over the head of Preston. It's short. And that gets by both the left fielder and the center fielder. Pirates are going to bring Clark in, and they will hold Garza at third. A RBI triple, 5-0 Pirates.
And again, 2-strike, 2-out hitting. We see it again there as Cadence Garza does a great job staying on the ball. She was fouling pitches off, waited for it, found her pitch, and drove it right into that left center field gap that right now the Pirates love.
And they are taking full advantage, are the Pirates here in the first, and that brings Brandon Johnson out. He wants to chat with his hurler. Wykowski just trying to settle her down. Again, how long is that leash? She's already given up 6 hits and 5 runs in her first inning of work. Pirates looking to add to it as Nevada is in the 9-hole coming to the plate. Pirates will have batted through the order here in the first.
Yeah, I can't imagine that leash is much longer, kid. I think if right here Emily Nevada is able to get underneath one and drive in Garza, I think we could see the end of the day for Wykowski. I'm honestly surprised she's still in right now.
Came in with a 4.65 ERA, did the junior righty out of Illinois, and she will remain in the circle.
Now batting for your Pirates left fielder number 13, Emily Nevades.
Garza at third as Nevada comes to the plate. The sophomore righty out of San Antonio Warren, the lone Pirate in the order yet to face the Ruse hurler. Takes for strike one, does number 13 in black. That wind really kicking up. She lifts that one foul and well out of play, but Wykowski keeps giving the Pirates pitches that they can drive. We've already seen what they can do. They've already sent 4 to the wall and 1 out of here. The solo shot from McCarthy got things started. Fouled off, 0-2.
And that's a good job from Nevada's right there. Watching that pitch in all the way, didn't give up on it. That was a changeup there that looked like a strike at the knees, dropped off the table, and Nevada's stayed on it, was able to foul it back and stay alive here, 0-2.
Jody Glenn Millhouse representing the top of the order, waiting on deck. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I really like that pitch from Wykowski. She's been hammering the inside on here in Nevada's. Comes back with the changeup outside there. Just a better eye from Nevada to lay off that one.
The Illinois native having store here. Again to the outside, again over the head of the shortstop. Another run comes in as this will go all the way to the wall. Nevada is easily on to second. A stand-up RBI double, 6-0 Southwestern.
I'm waiting for Coach Johnson just to put an outfielder in that left center field gap, kid, because that's where the past 5 hits have gone.
They have all gone pretty much.
Number 3, Jody Glenn Millhouse.
Not even to the university. They have gone to the E in university in left center field. It's like there's a magnet out there.
What did Coach Torres do before this game? Little
Left.
home field advantage?
I'll let you talk to him. You can get the inside scoop.
I'll make a reservation at our favorite establishment in the Round Rock community.
There you go. This is popped up. It'll stay in the infield as Preston comes over to make the catch. Finally ends the inning, but not before the Pirates come up with 6 runs on 7 hits, 1 runner left on base. 6-0 Pirates as we head to the second.
Didn't that happen to us one of the first few series?
Yeah.
And then they came, but we ended up winning.
Yeah, they came back.
Yeah. We had to go extra innings, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was the thing. You're like, oh no, this is no. That's exactly right.
Leading up the Ruse, first baseman number 16, Anna King.
Heart of the order, 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Ruse, trailing 6-0 here in the top of the second after giving up those 6 runs. How did the visitors from Sherman respond? Hannah King, the first baseman, leading things off, is the junior righty out of Midlothian.
And now for Sophia on the mound, this becomes a little easier. Takes the pressure off a little bit. She has a huge lead to work with. Now she can really just focus on pitching her game and letting her defense work behind her to get these outs.
King, a 325 average. You said it. There's definitely a cushion for Sophia. King digs back in, a 1-1 count. Breeze pitcher Zwikowski waiting on deck. The right fielder Johnson will follow. Still a lot remaining in this game. And TJ, we've seen this from the opposite perspective, being a Pirate fan. And if you're the Roos, it's just about picking up a run or two. You don't want to leave this till late, as Sophia did a nice job fielding her position and comes up with the first out.
Yeah, we always talk about it when we felt down like this. Getting runners on, getting out of innings quickly. And so now, from the opposite perspective, that's exactly what the Roos need to do. But for the Pirates, now it's all about continuing to build that momentum, playing great defense, getting the bats going, keeping them going offensively, and just making sure you keep this momentum and don't get satisfied.
You said it. Keep the pressure on the visitors. Keep them off the base pass and off the scoreboard. Over to Yanta. Flashes the leather, does Brooke. 5-3, and it's 2 up, 2 down.
And a good job there by Brooke in the hot corner, just snagging that one off the hop, throwing it over to first for a quick out number 2.
Yanta, again, her final series here at Taylor Sanders. You know she's going to be looking to put on a show this weekend. Now Johnson at the plate. Fouls off the initial offering, does the Roos right fielder. Johnson, the junior from Humble, out of Atascocita High School. Mentioned the reigning SCAC Pitcher of the Week for that impressive performance she had in those 2 victories against Schreiner. 12 innings in the circle, gave up just 3 hits, 1 unearned run. She did her job to a T, and her team able to come away with those 2 victories by in large part due to her pitching performance.
And people might just look at that and say, oh, it's Schreiner. They're not having the best year this year offensively. But to do that at the collegiate level against any team, it's such a huge accomplishment. To only hold or allow 3 hits in 12 innings, that's almost unheard of nowadays, especially with such high-powered offenses across the entire landscape of D3.
Yeah, right you are. Trying to paint the outside corner as the count moves to 3 balls and a strike for Johnson. Pirates would love a 3 up, 3 down inning. Duarte and that defense can oblige them. Outside, a ball 4. Johnson heads to first with a 2-out walk.
Designated player number 18, Maddie McPherson.
So the first walk issued by Duarte. Maddie McPherson comes to the plate, does the designated player, the junior out of Anna. Right back to Duarte. And easily over to McCarthy. 1-3 to end the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left aboard. Still 6-0 Pirates, and looking to add to it as they come up in the bottom of the second.
Leading off Air Pirates first baseman number 28, Megan McCarthy.
2, 3, and 4 to up for the Pirates in the bottom of the second. Megan McCarthy leading things off. Pirates first baseman. She got the party started with a solo shot in the first. Pirates followed up with another 5 runs. Currently sitting on this 6-0 advantage. We'll see if McCarthy can have a little deja vu here. Her second home run of the season. McCarthy up in the count 2-0.
And for McCarthy now, it's all about just staying within yourself. Don't get overly excited in the batter's box. Now, yes, you know you can hit home runs, but just continue to stay within yourself, shorten up that swing, and the power will be there no matter what.
3 balls, no strikes.
I know
Megan
her parents
McCarthy
are coming down from Indiana this weekend. They probably wish they would have she would have saved that for this weekend.
Save that for Saturday.
Yeah, see it in person.
I'm sure she can find an encore if I had to guess. Taking the whole way, the count goes to 3-1.
Well, if she finds herself in 3-1 counts all weekend long, I think she could definitely do that.
McCarthy drills that one to right field, a base hit. McCarthy, big round of first, and slides safely into second with a leadoff double.
Another great piece of hitting there by Megan, waiting for the pitch she got on the 3-1 count, lifting it into right field. And once she saw it hit the fence, she was turning on the jets over there. She rounded first base, sliding into second safely for a leadoff double.
And McCarthy in scoring position as Riley Glenn Millhouse comes to the plate. Riley single to center her first time up. And McCarthy 2 for 2, and not a bad start for Megan. A home run and a double in her first 2 at-bats. Still, Swikowski into the circle. And we will see a pinch runner for McCarthy. Coming in will be Ashton Aldretti, the sophomore infielder from Deer Park. Again, just keeping an eye on Coach Johnson over in the first base dugout. See how long he's going to let Swikowski remain in the circle, particularly if she keeps giving up hits. And she gives up another one here, a little Texas leaguer from Riley. And the Pirates have runners on the corners.
And just another good job there by Riley. With a runner on second, you want to look to hit the ball to the right side or up the middle, and she did exactly that. Advances the runner over to third and gets to first base and puts runners on the corners after her single.
Sophie Duarte comes to the plate. Got aboard fielder's choice in her first at bat. Visitors took down the lead runner. Now we'll see what she can do here. No outs. Runners at first and third. Called a strike, and you can see Tobar immediately coming up. And Riley has speed, but I don't think there was any chance she was going there unless that ball got by Tobar.
No, it's just a good job being alert behind the plate by Tobar, just not allowing even the chance of a stolen base there at second base.
1-1 to Sophia.
You know, you said it, Kit, in terms of how long this leash is. Do you see any action over there in the bullpen?
No one is up in the Roos bullpen, and no one was up in the first inning either, a bit surprisingly. I keep glancing over there, and Roos continuing to go with Swikowski. I don't know that there's a plan B as of yet for Coach Johnson.
I mean, you're down 6, yes, but there's still so much time left in this contest. Maybe giving a different look to the Pirates could just mess them up offensively.
2-1 to Sophia. That one's going to get by Preston. Couldn't make the play at short. Pirates will bring another in. The RBI single from Ituarte makes it 7-0.
And that was going to be a tough play for Preston the whole way, but she's really got to focus on coming up on that ball and trying to make a play on it. Off the hop, but it goes over her glove, and another run comes in for the Pirates.
And just as we speculated on how long that leash is going to be, and that may be it, it is indeed. So there will be a change in the circle for the visitors. Swikowski comes off. One inning pitch, gave up 7 runs into 10 hits. We will have the new pitcher for the visitors after this.
18 went to center field. First and second.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Roos, number 21, Kerry Johnson.
Johnson moves into the circle, does the senior from Sherman out of Collinsville. Johnson on the season, a 4.2 ERA, 10 innings pitched, giving up 14 hits, 6 runs, all 6 earned. Struck out 2, walked 5. Matty McPherson has moved out to center field. So we'll see what Johnson has, but comes in a difficult situation. Her team trailing them by 7. Runners at first and second and no outs here in the bottom of the second.
So 6 probably becomes the DP.
Pirates catcher Sam Signs in the 5-hole will be at the plate. The first Pirate batter to face Johnson. But certainly not the start Coach Johnson and the Roos were hoping for here on the road. Now we will see what Johnson can do, and she's going to have to settle in quickly. Still a lot of softball remaining in this one, as you mentioned, TJ, but visitors can ill afford to let this deficit grow any larger. That's exactly what Signs is going to be looking to do. Signs 1 for 1 and blooped a single to left field in her first at bat. We will see what Johnson has in store. Signs back in, awaiting the 1-0. Now 2-0.
And now with Johnson on the mound, it's a new look for the Pirates, but is it too late? Already down 7 are the Roos, and now the Pirates no outs, 2 runners on, and the heart of their lineup due up here with Signs leading things off.
5, 6, and 7. Signs watches it high, 3-0. Johnson yet to throw a strike. Signs would be happy to take ball 4 to load the bases.
And we mentioned it, there was no one warming up. Johnson was out there playing center field, so she's probably just trying to knock the rust off here.
Low ball 4. Signs walked on 4 pitches, and the bases are full of Pirates. No outs. Brooke Yanta in her final series here at Taylor Sanders could not ask for a better situation to come into. Already an RBI double in her first at bat for the Goliad native. As we will have a pinch runner for Signs coming in at first. Reagan Stang, the junior out of Coppell.
For your Pirates, number 22, Reagan Stang. Now batting for your Pirates, third baseman, number 4, Brooke Yanta.
If you're Yanta, this is the kind of situation you dream of. Big lead, no outs, bases loaded. Takes for strike 1.
And after 4 straight balls to Signs, I think that's the reason why we see Brooke take there, but that's where she loves to hit it right there. So I'm surprised that she kept the bat on her shoulders.
Yanta fouls it off, and that caught a piece of her. She will try to shake it off. 0-2 now the count. Clark, Pirates second baseman, waiting on deck. The bottom of this order, Janssen, Clark, Garza, Valdez, all found runs in their first at bat, all responsible for at least one run batted in. They would love to continue that trend. Janssen down looking as Johnson picks up the strikeout, first out of the inning.
Great pitch from Johnson. Up 0-2, change up right over the heart of the plate. Just caught Yanta buckling her knees there, going looking for out number 1.
That's a big strikeout for Johnson, and the Roos desperately needed that. So Kaylee King, the senior righty out of Kilgore, heading out to the bullpen to warm up for the Roos. Strangely enough, didn't see anybody warming up earlier, but now that Johnson is in the circle, King is going to start warming up.
So maybe this is just the Band-Aid before we get the full tourniquet on.
That may be well the case. It's a pretty good analogy. I like that, my friend.
I took first aid in high school.
Let's hope you haven't had to use it.
I didn't take social studies, but I took
No, you
first
took
aid.
okay, all right. I don't know which is more useful these days.
Well, if you wanted to be a lifeguard in high school.
That's fair. That's fair. 2-0 to Clark. Now 3 balls, no strikes. So again, very similar to that at-bat with Signs where he was walked on 4 pitches. There's no place to put Clark. They would walk in another run. As Clark awaits the 3-0. High, ball 4, and another run comes in as Clark walked on 4 pitches. So Signs walked on 4 pitches. Yanta struck out looking, and then another walk of 4 pitches. This time Clark. Oh, really hard to figure out Johnson through the first 3 batters she's faced. Garza comes up, still bases loaded, just 1 out. Takes the first pitch right back, and they throw home and to first. The double play. 1, 2, 3 ends the inning, but the Pirates able to push 2 more across. 8-0 Southwestern through 2.
It is an RBI. I just checked.
Leading off with the Roos, catcher number 0, Alessandra Tobar.
Top of the third, 9-1-2, due up for Austin College. Tobar leading things off is the freshman out of Los Fresnos, the lone Roo, yet to bat. Duarte back in the circle. Through 2 innings, he's given up just 2 hits, no runs. She's gotten some run support right back to Sophia, and easy throw over to first for out number 1.
Another great job by Sophia there, pitching to contact and then making another put out herself. I think that's her 4th one of the day.
She's doing a great job fielding that position. Who says pitchers aren't athletes? 1 up, 1 down. Back to the top of the order with the shortstop, Preston. Grounded out to third in her first at bat. Pirates looking to keep the pressure on. They've been able to push at least 2 runs across. Both innings they've come to the plate. Over to first. Nicely done by Aldretti for out number 2.
Aldretti looking like she's in the Matrix there, watching that one off the hop, feeling that one behind her a little bit, and then touching the bag for out number 2.
Center fielder number 9, Tori Fowler.
Tori Fowler, the Ruse center fielder, blooped a single to second in her first at bat. One of the 2 Ruse who's gotten a hit thus far.
One thing I mentioned with Southwestern earlier, Kit, we're very aggressive, but we're picking good pitches to swing at. Right now, the Ruse, they're being aggressive, but they're not getting those same good pitches, and they're just fouling them off. It's just weak grounders that are leading to outs off of 1 or even 2 pitches that is really not letting Sophia get any kind of fatigue at all.
1 ball, 1 strike to Fowler. Now 1-2. Sophia, as good as she's been, has not been able to find the 1-2-3 inning. Could she here? Recorded the first 2 outs in the second, but then issued a walk to Johnson to keep the inning alive. Ultimately, no damage was done. Inside, oh, that was close to being called strike 3. Fowler back in. Awaiting the 2-2 is the sophomore from Red Oak. Over to first, no trouble for Aldretti as the visitors go in order in the third. 8-0 Pirates coming back to the plate. Bottom of the third, 8-0 Pirates. 9-1-2 due up for Southwestern. Emily Nevada leading things off. She's 1 for 1 with an RBI double. Johnson, first full inning in the circle. Came in back in the second. Replace the starting pitchers. This is lifted into center, and it's gone. A leadoff solo shot from Nevada's. 8-0 Pirates. Second home run of the ball game, and the Pirates enjoying themselves, and you can understand why.
And we knew Nevada's had the power, Kid. She's gone yard here before. This time lifts that ball, lets the wind take it over the left center field fence. Huge leadoff home run here in the bottom of the third. Maya Condil softball makes it 9-0 Pirates.
Nevada is with her second home run of the season.
Center fielder number 3, Jody Glenn Millhouse.
We head back to the top of the order. Center fielder Jody Glenn Millhouse. Takes for strike 1. Top of the order coming to bat, and that is bad news for Johnson and the Ruse. Well, really, to be honest, There's not much of the Pirates order that hasn't done damage in this one, and it's actually the bottom of the order. Everyone is 6 through 9 has come up with at least one run batted in.
Surprisingly enough, the only Pirate that doesn't have a hit yet is Jody. And
You took the
she's
words
been
out of
one
my
of the most
mouth.
consistent hitters all year for this Pirates squad. 0 for 2. She's was swinging on those first 2 at-bats on the first pitch. So here, seeing some more pitches has a 2-1 count.
Offers it that one, now 2-2. Yeah, popped out to the catcher, Tobar in foul territory, and then to Preston at short and her 2 at-bats.
And it's so weird just because we're used to seeing Jody in some games where offense doesn't seem to get going. She's always the one to at least get a hit here or there.
Instead, she goes down swinging for the first out. Second strikeout for Johnson.
First baseman number 6, Ashton Aldretti.
So Jody will have to wait a little longer to get into the hit column as the first baseman, Ashton Aldretti, comes to the plate. He's got big shoes to fill, replacing McCarthy, who 2 for 2 with a home run and a double was Megan.
Guess Coach Lynn wants to save some of those Megan McCarthy hits for this weekend when her parents are here.
That's exactly right. The sophomore righty from Deer Park takes the 1-0. Picked up by Rush at third, and that one gets away from King. Couldn't hold it at first, and Aldretti is safely aboard.
And that was a good play by Rush to get that grounder way off to her left side. She didn't have to be that quick with it, though. She thought Aldretti had a little bit more speed and rushed that throw, and that's why we saw the error on that.
So the error from Rush on the throw has Aldretti safely aboard with 1 out. Riley Glenn Millhouse in the 3-hole steps back to the plate, 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Underneath this one, it'll stay in the infield as Johnson comes out of the circle and makes the grab for out number 2. The Roos have a chance to do something they haven't
Pitcher number 20,
not
Sophia
done today, and that is get out of this inning not giving up multiple runs. They've given up just 1. Obviously, the solo shot from Nevada is to lead it off. But if they can keep the damage to 1, they will be very pleased considering they've given up 6 and 2 in the previous 2 innings.
Moral victories, Kit, moral victories.
It's a step in the right direction. Sometimes that's all you can do.
We'll take runs. We'd like the crooked numbers, but we'll take the ones, too.
Tuatete back up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit right through the circle, a 2-out single.
Catcher number 12, Sam Signs.
So Signs comes up, does the Pirates catcher. 1 for 1, a single and a walk on 4 pitches in her 2 at-bats. TJ, we commented on it earlier. Pirates have done damage today with 2 outs. Can they again here? Signs takes this one into center field for a base hit. Pirates are going to hold, and good thing they did. Aldretti kept it third by Coach Lynn, and now the bases loaded for Southwestern.
Bases loaded, and who else but the senior out of Goliad, Brooke Yanta.
Yanta, after a stand-up RBI double in her first at-bat, struck out looking in her last at-bat.
Brooke Yanta.
So Johnson got the better of the senior in their first matchup. How does Yanta respond here in round 2? Unable to locate the initial offering.
And she comes back there with the same pitch that she struck Yanta out on earlier, a changeup, this time on the outside, though, and Brooke was way out in front of it. Strike 1.
Pirates do not want to leave runners aboard. Looking for that crooked number here in the inning is Tobar doing a good job keeping that one in front of her. And the speed of Aldretti, if that one gets away, she can definitely come in to score just 60 feet away. One-one, Yanta over to her counterpart at third. The throw. And King is there to apply the tag. So Pirates leave the bases loaded. Only able to push 1 across through 3. 9-0 Southwestern.
defensive changes for your Pirates. In at third base, number 24, Julissa Hernandez.
Top of the fourth, heart of the order up for the Roos. 3, 4, and 5. Himby, Johnson, and King.
Leading up the Roos, second baseman, number 3,
Kiersey Himby singled the second hit of the ball game for the visitors, and they have not had a hit since. That came back in the first. Duarte has kept them at bay. Julissa Hernandez comes on, the new third baseman, the sophomore out of Austin Anderson for the Pirates. Pirates 9 runs on 13 hits, but just 1 run in the third. A red-hot start with 6 runs in the first. Duarte did her job retiring the Roos in order in the third. First time she's been able to do that tonight. She has been stellar, has the Alamo City native.
But this is what you want to see, Kit, heading into the final week of the season, the week before conference. You go back to last week against Dallas, a lot of great games there too. We said 5-1 and 7-1 victories, and now 9-0 here against the Roos. Offensively, they're playing well, and in the pitcher circle too, they're playing well. So that must mean defensively they're playing well too. So it's all coming together here as we get closer and closer to that trip down to Seguin next week.
Coming together at the right time, and that is the key. But this is just game 1 of this 3-game series. We'll wrap things up on Saturday. It'll be senior day as MB fouls that off. Count stays 2-2. 2 games on Saturday, slated for 1 and 3. Hope you'll join us here at Taylor Sanders Field. If not, we'll have the action for you right here on SouthwesternPirates.com. And while you're at it, we encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And thank you for your support of Pirate Athletics. Yeah, hard to believe the season, at least the regular season, our season together, close to coming to a close, my friend.
Don't remind me, Kit.
I know. Brings a tear to my eye, too.
I don't know what I'm going to do for the next however many months now.
MB down swinging. That is, believe it or not, the first strikeout of the game for you, Duarte.
Pitcher number 21, Carrie Johnson.
She's been incredibly efficient. Now she will face her counterpart, the Roos pitcher, Carrie Johnson. Johnson grounded out to third in her first at bat.
As much as we think it is surprising that Sophia barely got her first strikeout, I don't think she thinks it's that surprising. She's not one to strike out a lot of hitters. We've said it before. She lets her defense behind her work, and today she's made a lot of plays in the pitcher circle herself. So it's something that we've seen from her all year, but like we've been mentioning, it's all just been coming together now here in these last few weeks.
All coalescing at the right time if you're a fan of the black and gold. 1 away, 1-1, and that is drill. That's going to get by Riley Glenn Millhouse. Couldn't make the play at short. A difficult play indeed.
Just a hard hit ball there from Johnson. Gets over the glove of Millhouse, and that's a 1-out single for the Roos.
So Johnson aboard, just the third hit of the game and the first since the first inning for the Roos. They've only had 1 base runner since the first, as Alexis Johnson drew a walk in the second. Over to Riley, steps on second, and the double play to end the inning. That's one way to do it. The Pirates making no mistake, and they keep the visitors scoreless for the 4th consecutive inning. Still 9-0 Pirates.
Come home.
Bottom of the order, 7-8-9 up for the Pirates here in the bottom of the fourth. 9-0 Southwestern, and they'll lead it off with a pinch hitter in the 7-hole. Jaden Ewert, the freshman righty out of Corona, California. Norco High School product comes to the plate. Just her 5th at-bat of the season. Still looking for her first hit is the California native. Over to Preston at short. And nicely done for the first out. One up, one down. The visitors do not want to concede a run. They have given up at least one in every inning. Time starting to become a factor, trailing 9-0. As Garza in the 8-hole comes to the plate. Hit into a 1-2-3 double play to end of the second in her last at bat. That was after an RBI triple her first time up.
And for the Pirates here, Kit, bottom of the fourth, it's a 9-0 lead. You want to get a little more runs here just to have a little more insurance heading into the top of the 5th.
And there's a good start as McPherson unable to make the diving grab in center, and Garza is safely aboard.
Good effort by Johnson, but just no way to make that play on the ball.
The Roos fortunate that one didn't get by her. She was able to get enough contact with it because had that gotten by her and onto the wall, Garza may well have been into third.
Left fielder number 13, Emily Nevada.
So Nevada is at the plate. She is 2 for 2. 2 at bats, 2 runs batted in. Her last time up, a solo shot to lead off the third. Takes this one into left field, a base hit. Garza, they're going to wave her home. Garza coming in, the throw not in time. Nevada is safely in at second, and there's that insurance run you mentioned, 10-0 Pirates.
And another great piece of hitting by Nevada as they're turning on the inside pitch and hitting a hard hit liner down the left field line. And Cadence Garza showing the speed there. Oh my goodness, we don't typically see that from Cadence, but a great job by her flying around the bases as Emily Nevada says, "What's up, brother?" over there on second base.
So Pirates back to the top of the order. They will have a pinch hitter.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for your Pirates, number 41, Alex Wiley.
Alex Wiley, the freshman righty out of Liberty, comes to the plate. And Wiley, she has a stick. We will see if she's given anything that she can drive for the freshman. See if she can switch places with Nevada, is currently occupying second with just 1 out. Wiley, a 238 average. 2 runs batted in. Good eye. Count 1-1.
And Wiley here is someone who hasn't had many opportunities in conference. We saw her a lot earlier in the season. Hasn't seen her much since. But she's, like you're saying, a very dangerous hitter in her own right. And looking for an opportunity here to show that.
Yeah, the freshman has power. She sends that one to right field, and that's going to drop in front of Alexis Johnson. And now runners on the corners for the Pirates with 1 out.
And right there, Johnson in right field. Not sure what she was looking at. Didn't make a play on that ball. Unless she was going to go right for it, but nope.
I don't know if she lost it in the lights, but you're exactly right. There was plenty of time as Wiley was underneath that one. Johnson certainly could have gotten there, but instead it drops as Jody Glenn Millhouse comes on as the pinch runner at first.
Re-entering the game at first base, number 3, Jody Glenn Millhouse. Now batting first baseman, number 6, Ashton Aldretti.
So Aldretti comes to the plate, her second at bat. Got aboard via an error from the third baseman, her first time up. Pirates continue the trend of plating at least a run in every inning, and it helps when you do be able to push 6 across in the first.
No, that helps a lot, Kit, but I want to ask you something. Has this happened all year? Have we been able to do this? I think this is a first here in this last weekend.
Time this has happened here at home all season that the Pirates have done this. They've played it a run in every inning.
And I could choose to be sad about that and say, where has this offense been all year? But I'll choose to be optimistic and happy that it's happening right now before conference.
The glass is half full, particularly with the conference tournament around the corner as Algerdi fouls it off. 0-2 now the count. Now the question is, can they finish this one off, turn their sights to senior day on Saturday, and keep the momentum? Because we're used to playing Friday and Saturday, that quick turnaround, an extra day in between. The Pirates are going to have to maintain that until Saturday. I think they can do it.
I think so too. And it's just a matter of focusing on what the goal is. And obviously your goal is to finish the season off the right way, get your seniors their last conference win and their last conference series win at home. There's bigger pictures in mind, and it involves that conference tourney next week in Seguin, and the Pirates know what they need to do to get there and be where they need to be.
Algerdi sends it just foul, and we said it in the open. I mean, right now, Southwestern is 4th in the SCAC softball standings. They are 9-8 in conference. Austin College currently 6th. They are 7-11, sitting there between the two at 5th. And the ladies are 8-10. TLU, St. Thomas, Trinity, 1, 2, and 3. And that hits. Hold on, I thought it hit the line. Called foul.
Like a 90s Nickelodeon cartoon. I thought that hit the chalk zone.
I was with you there. I like the reference, and it certainly appeared to catch the white. Everyone here in the press box unanimous in that, but blue behind the plate.
Well, Steve's biased. Of course he's going to say it was a fair ball.
Well, we try to leave him out of it. Try to keep it professional here. Off the hands. Preston to throw, and that is dropped as Hembry, we will see, tried to hold on, and sliding in was Riley Glenn Millhouse. Hembry unable to hold it, and the Pirates push another across.
And Jody takes one off the face there. Not where you want to be if you're Jody Glenn Millhouse, but we'll take it nonetheless.
Right about that. So Pirates 11-0, and they still have time to do damage with just one out. Runners at first and second, and we will have another pinch hitter coming up in the 3-hole. Victoria Jackson Sears, the freshman out of Plano East High School, comes up.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for your Pirates number 23, Victoria Jackson Sears.
Jackson Sears with her first at bat of the ball game. See if she can get involved. 17 hits, 11 runs for the Pirates. And there's just one out here in the 4th. Pirates wasting no time getting the offense in gear today.
She started her collegiate career off. Her first at-bat was a home run against UMHB a few months back. See how she wants to end her freshman campaign this year.
Johnson up and away, 1 ball, 1 strike.
But something important to mention too, Kit, it's not just the way the Pirates are doing this right now. It's everyone contributing. Everyone is getting the bats going. There's been multiple pinch hitters, multiple people playing the field. And that's again right there, another hard hit ball by someone off the bench.
Jackson Sears sends that to the wall. Pirates are going to bring 1. Now 2 across, 13-0 Pirates. Jackson Sears with a 2 RBI double for the pinch hitter. And just like you said, TJ, every single Pirate contributing tonight.
And right there, Sears, great job staying on that ball, hitting it right back up the middle. And good job by her driving in too.
Number 20, Sofia Duarte.
Duarte comes to the plate. There's the Pirates pitcher. 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. There's an RBI to her credit as well, aiding her cause. And that one gets away from Tobar, and Jackson Sears takes the opportunity to head to third. What a performance this is tonight from Southwestern. Final conference series, final regular season series. They are off to a flying start. But there's still 2 games coming on Saturday, and this one Well, looking good, but not quite in the books yet, so let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, let's not do that. But, I mean, with a 13-0 lead here now heading to the top of the fifth, could be 14-0 depending on what happens here.
Duarte takes the 0-2 over to third. Nicely done from Rush for out number 2.
But it's going to be a very, very long ride back up to Sherman for these Roos. They're going to have a lot of time to think about this contest, and they're going to come ready to play on Saturday. The Pirates need to just, yes, we won this one. This is going to probably be a W, but we need to come ready Saturday because the Roos are not going to let this happen twice.
No, that's a very good point. They certainly will not. And the Pirates bringing another pinch hitter to the plate in the 5-hole. Torrin Alexander, the sophomore righty out of Katy Tompkins, coming to the plate. Alexander, a 171 average. 35 at bats, 2 runs batted in, has drawn 3 walks. Jackson Sears just 60 feet away from what would be the 14th run for the Pirates. See what Alexander can do here. And that's a great point you made, TJ. I can guarantee you this is going to be a fired-up Roos team come Saturday.
They're going to have their ace on the mound, too.
You're exactly right. Alexis Johnson will be in the circle, and the Pirates need to be very cognizant of that and understand that they are going to have to weather that early emotional storm.
And you mentioned emotions, too, Kit. It's going to be emotional on both sides. With it being senior weekend, you're going to have Brooke Yanta being honored, Haley Arrington, a few other seniors. It's just a matter of who controls their emotions the best and who comes ready to play come Saturday.
Johnson with the 2-1. Popped up. It'll stay in the infield. Preston there to make the grab to end the inning. But the Pirates push 4 more across, 13-0. Roos up in the top of the 5th, and they've got some work to do if they're going to continue this one.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for your Pirates, number 1, Maslin Heyer.
Pirates making a change in the circle. Maslin Heyer coming in, the freshman out of Willis, looking to close things down for the Pirates. 16 and a third innings pitched. They've given up 17 hits, 16 runs, 14 earned. Struck out 6, walked 9, a 6.0 ERA. The Pirates just need 3 outs to wrap this one up and turn their sights to senior day. Games 2 and 3 in the final regular season games of the series. Coming up here, Taylor Sanders on Saturday again, 1 and 3. And we hope you can join us. The pressure on the visitors. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Roos. A pinch hitter leading things off, Andrea Salcedo. Salcedo, the senior out of Bernie. And the former Greyhound watches the first pitch high for ball 1.
And down 13 here, Kit. I mean, we've said it all the time for the Pirates when they find themselves down like this. The only way to come back and mount something here would get 1 run at a time, 1 base run at a time, 1 hit at a time. Right now, it's all up to Andres Salcedo to lead things off here for the Roos and do exactly that.
You've got to put it into very small chunks, just one pitch at a time. Like you said, just figure out a way to get runners aboard. So Salo almost corkscrewed herself down in on that one. A big cut. Two and one. Now 2-2. And for higher, you cannot overstate the importance of getting this first batter out, getting that confidence and picking up that first out.
Yeah, especially for Hire, who has been sporadic throughout her freshman year, but has gotten a lot more chances as of late, and has done a good job in all those chances.
Into foul territory. And the Pirates able to make the grab for out number one. Visitors
Left fielder number 55, Alexis Johnson.
down to 2 outs as Alexis Johnson comes to the plate. Does the Ruse right fielder. The junior out of Humble at Atascocita.
You know how many years of my life I went with wondering how to say that city?
Humble?
No, the other one.
Atascocita?
I never knew you said it like that. I knew how to say humble, Kit.
There's no H in Humble.
I wasn't an English major, but I know how to say that
That's
one.
Texan. That's a different language, my friend.
Atascocita, huh?
Yeah, they are a powerhouse in Texas high school athletics. Yeah, they produce some impressive athletes in pretty much every sport. Yeah, we've got our own pronunciation here in the Lone Star State, as you know well.
You just said Bernie earlier. You have Green.
Yep.
You could technically say Buta's in there. The way you
Buta.
say Buta.
Got Iran, not to be confused with Iran, that
Yep.
country in the Middle East. It is not Iran in West Texas. Over to second. 4-3 for out number two.
It's not just that, Kit. You also have a lot of just cities named after other famous cities. Paris, London, San Diego.
We've got new ones. We've got New Boston. We've got New London. They've got the old ones over there. We've got the new ones in Texas. I don't know that New Boston and New London can compare to their namesakes, but it's debatable. They're both fine places. I've been to both. I think the weather's a lot better.
That's the thing about Texas. It's just so big.
It is a
Gosh.
large place. It popped up and out of play.
I saw a TikTok the other day that said Europeans think Americans aren't well traveled. Well, think about it. America's so big. Texas is so big. Like
Texas
we can
is
go
its
so
own
many
country.
different countries that you could fit into Texas.
Texas is bigger than France. I don't want to hear it from the Europeans. I mean, you know how far it is from the Panhandle to the Valley,
Yeah.
from Beaumont to El Paso? That's 2 or 3 countries easily.
That's a multi-day trip.
No kidding. Yeah, we talk a lot about how far it is from Beaumont to El Paso, but I mean, from the Panhandle to the Valley, that's a long way.
So you might as well live in Georgetown since it's right in the middle of everything.
Exactly, just makes it easier. 3-1 fouled off, and the count now full. Ruse trying to keep things alive with McPherson at the plate, the junior from Anna. Iyer trying to wrap things up, and that is going to go into left field. And the catch made. The Pirates do their job. Pirates 13-0 victors. 18 hits, 13 runs, giving up just 3 hits and no runs in the win. So Pirates with the victory move to 10-8 in conference. The loss drops the Ruse to 7-12. Again, we'll be back with you on Saturday, Senior Day, for a doubleheader first game, first pitch slated for 1 p.m. here at Taylor Sanders Field. That'll do it for us. Big thanks to our entire Southwestern University crew. As always, thanks to my partner, TJ Vela. We will see you here on Saturday on SouthwesternPirates.com. One last time, the final from Taylor Sanders. Southwestern victorious 13-0 over Austin College.